Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. Today I thought I would talk about my favorite horror movies that are available to watch on Netflix. Before we start, Netflix and killin' though. I don't even think I used that phrase right. I want to say a quick thank you to my creepy patron peeps. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a patron, you can go to the link in the description box. You can also click on the clickable thingy on the screen that appears at the end of the video. But they have a lot of actually, like, I went through at least what I think is every single horror movie on there. I feel like I will look through them all to pick out my favorite ones and ones I'd recommend. So I have I have 4 categories. Some of my favorite horror anthologies that are on Netflix right now, my favorite Netflix originals, which there are enough of those now to actually make a category, and some of the horror staples that are on Netflix right now. And then I'm gonna go through my top 10 recommendations, which are just my 10, which are just 10 movies that I would just highly recommend you watch, and they're available on Netflix. I'm not gonna go through in great detail for each one, just because I do have a lot of movies written down. So I'm gonna move through them kind of quickly just to make sure the video isn't too long. And I'm not going to link my reviews to every single one in the description. If anything, you'll see the cards pop up. No, it comes up over here. You'll see the cards pop up here, and I'll just link the playlists that they're in. That'll just be easier instead of me trying to find my reviews for every single one of these movies, which I think, with the exception of with the exception of 3 movies, I have reviewed all of them that I'm going to talk about. So yeah, I'm not going to put 30 links in the description box. My description box is already crazy enough. So first, I want to talk about some of my favorite anthologies that are on Netflix. If you've been a creepy peep for a long time, you know this girl loves a horror anthology. I really do. So some of my favorite ones on Netflix are Holidays, which has been on there for a long time, which is pretty good. Christmas Horror Story is on there if you're still not, out of the Christmas season yet. It's been pretty cold everywhere, even here in Florida it's been cold. So maybe you're still feeling Christmassy. That's still on Netflix. Has one of the best twists that I've ever seen in a movie. Very good. This one, if I mispronounce it, I'm so sorry. It's Mexico Barbaro. That was the most American way to say that. I'm so sorry. I'm sure that the poster just popped up so you can see the title properly. This one has been on Shudder for a while, but I noticed that I don't know how long it's been on Netflix. I feel like I haven't seen it on there until just now. Then we have Tales of Halloween, which is definitely gone up in the ranks as one of my favorite horror anthologies, probably because it has to do with Halloween. Still doesn't beat out Trick or Treat, but still very good. And then both ABCs of Death are on there. I just wrote down the first one because that's my favorite out of the 2, but both are on there if you want to check that out. It's definitely a very unique horror anthology. All right, as far as Netflix originals go, I just stuck with movies because they are doing a lot of pretty good shows. Obviously Stranger Things is one everyone loves, and I haven't watched all of their horror comedy shows on there, like the Santa Clarita Diet. I've only seen a few episodes of that, and I haven't watched, what is it, Little Evil? Is that even a show or is that a movie? I don't know. I haven't watched it yet though. But my top Netflix originals that I would recommend you watch are obviously Gerald's Game. I think that one just kind of blew everyone out of the water in 2017. The Babysitter, it's pretty good. If you remember my review, it wasn't that long ago now. I wasn't a super fan of it, but I didn't necessarily hate it either. It's okay. And then this one is definitely one that a lot of people maybe you don't remember, because I feel like in terms of Netflix originals, this one was a pretty early one, and I feel like there was a lot of space between this one and all the other Netflix originals that ended up coming out, which is I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. This one is a super slow burn, and it is a slow burn like 100% of the way through. Right, and then some of the horror staples that are on Netflix. So these are like well-known franchises or well-known horror movies that are kind of on most people's like must-see lists. Maybe with the exception of one or two of these. There are a couple of Chucky films on Netflix. The only ones that I could find that were on there were Cult of Chucky, so if you still haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. And Curse of Chucky is also on there. I looked, they don't have any of the Child's Play, like the first couple ones on there anymore, but you know, they bring them back occasionally, I feel like. Children of the Corn is also on Netflix, another huge staple. I think all of the Jaws movies are on Netflix, actually. The Craft is always on Netflix, I feel like, and I love that movie. If you still haven't seen it, I know somebody commented on my Instagram post recently about The Craft that they still haven't seen it yet, so if you're one of those crazy people that still hasn't seen it, it's on Netflix and you got no excuse, go watch it. Cube is also on Netflix. I think all three of them actually are, and I plan on trying to get through the other two before Netflix takes them away. I don't know if they're planning on doing it soon, but I just want to get them watched. That one is, I reviewed that one pretty recently and I really enjoyed it, actually. The Babadook is on Netflix also. That one I feel like when it first came out, a lot of people really liked it, and then so many people started coming out of the woodwork that didn't like it or said it was overrated. I really enjoyed it, so if you still haven't seen it, I think it's worth watching at least once. There are also a lot of Saw movies on Netflix. I don't think all of them are on there though. I think it kind of skips. The original is on there, and then I think it skips to like 4 and 5 and 6. Then one that I think must have just come up on Netflix, I haven't seen it there until I went to go look, was 30 Days of Night, and that is just one that I don't like. It's like I don't watch it very often, but when I do, I'm always reminded of how much I really like the movie. It used to scare the crap out of me, and it's such a unique vampire movie that I love it so much. And I think it was a graphic novel. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it was first or it was one of those things where they made it after the movie came out. Not sure, but I always kind of forget about this movie, and then when I see it again, I'm always like, just always reminded how much I really like it. I'm gonna tell you my top 10 horror movies that are on Netflix that, you know, these are just 10 movies that I feel like you have no excuse if you have a Netflix subscription and you haven't seen these movies. They're on Netflix, they are available to you to watch, you need to watch them. At least from my recommendation. And these are in no particular order. It's just a list of 10, they're not ranked. So first two are obviously South Korean horror films, Train to Busan and The Wailing. Both amazing films. If you haven't seen either of them, I feel like more people have probably seen Train to Busan than The Wailing, but they are both very, very good. Creep is also on Netflix, which is very, very good. I love Creep. The second one is also there if you want to check it out, although I didn't put it on this list just because I didn't like the second one as much as the original, but that's not really a surprise to anybody, is it? Deathgasm is also on Netflix. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious New Zealand horror comedy. Highly recommend. Raw is also on Netflix. That one definitely It's grown on me a little bit. I did see it one more time after my review that I posted, which I just wasn't as excited about it as a lot of people were, and that's fine. I can understand why a lot of people really liked it. Not because I thought it was gross or anything, you guys, okay? Not because the vegan goes unvegan and starts eating people. It's not that. Another one that's very good and on Netflix is The Devil's Candy. Amazing, amazing movie. Definitely have to check it out. Next one on there is, I don't know if I'd call it underrated, but maybe just like not super well known, which is Housebound, which is another New Zealand horror comedy. So funny, so good. I love the movie. You have to check it out. And then Tucker and Dale versus Evil is on Netflix as well. That is a super hilarious, another horror comedy, I know. But it's more kind of like in the meta slasher vein. Hilarious. Another one that I think is maybe a little bit underrated is Would You Rather. That one is actually a pretty good movie. And I think is probably one of the more well done horror movies that are based off of like a slumber party game. I haven't seen any Truth or Dare movies that I really liked or anything, but this Would You Rather one is really good. Stars Brittany Snow and has a very good twist at the end. And then finally, The House is October build. So if you want those like scary Halloween vibes, highly recommend the second one. Again, is also on Netflix. I don't like it as much as the first one, but it's also there if you want to do like a double feature with it. All right, so those are some of the awesome horror movies that are on Netflix, including my top 10 recommended ones. Let me know in the comment section down below what horror movies on Netflix you recommend most, that everybody stop and watch right now. You can follow me at all the regular social media places. Links for those will be in the description. You can also find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com. You can find my review of the special features of The Last House on the Left Blu-ray on my blog right now. You can find me as a contributing writer at morbidlybeautiful.com and on patreon.com/nightmaremaven if you want to support the channel. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.